Hi everyone, welcome to the next lovely tasty treat in Agotapop's lovely download. The link is in the description where you can get the download, and my discount code as well, so you can get a little bit of money off. For this one I've been doing all different pencil types on this page, which has been a bit of fun, and on this one I'm going to use Black Widow. These are the original spider set. I'm not going to put the spider into shot oops, I just dropped one on the floor. Oops. I'm not going to put the spider into shot because it's a bit scary. I'm just going to see where that went. Here it is. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just dropped one. Right, so this is the original spider set. It's got quite a nice range of different colours. I'm going to start with the cake itself. Now we can see just a few small bits here, which I think is our cake. And I think the best colour for the cake will be our foxy brown. Okay. Now I don't know how well these are going to work on this paper. That's why I'm sort of trying it out. There we go. It's a little bit dark maybe for a cake, but I think it's okay. Okay, next we've got our this is like a little bit of a wafer. I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit lighter than that foxy brown. To start with, I'm going to use the stink bug, which is a sort of a yellowy brown, almost a sort of ochre type colour first on this, and then I shall probably use another colour after. Just going to get some colour down. As I'm thinking where we've got this patterning, there would be a bit of a difference in colour, but we might be able to do it all with this one pencil. So I'm going to go a little darker on that edge and that edge, but I'm thinking under here there looks like it's a little rim, as if there might be a little bit of shadow, and maybe it'd be a bit darker on the edges, maybe just a tad like that, and perhaps at the bottom. There's that. But now we've got all this bit to do, and I'm actually going to go back to my foxy brown. I think would be a good, this is sort of next brown up in the sort of, oops, in the sort of colours. So I'm just going to put a tad maybe around the edge, tad in the middle of each of these little squares. This isn't quite as yellowy as I might have hoped, but I think it'll work. I'm just trying to go quite gently. Don't want it too dark, particularly in the middle there. Let's have a look. I think that might work. Maybe it needs to be a little bit darker. Some of them just all the way around the edges. Yeah, I think that'll do for now. I may change my mind, but actually I think that's okay. And now we have these two sticks here. I think these are chocolate. That's what I would put in my cake. So I'm going to use the Huntsman, which is a really dark brown for these, and actually just block them in quite dark, particularly on the edges. I might leave a slightly lighter bit in the middle actually to make them look like they're rounded, like they're sticks of chocolate. Yeah, I think that'll work. You might need to sharpen your pencil to get that accuracy. There we go. Okay. Now I'm not really sure what colour I'm going to do this cream, but I'm thinking maybe, I'm just looking at my colours, it's a little bit tricky. I'm going to do the heart-shaped pieces. I'm thinking they are like rice paper hearts, I'm thinking. I'm going to use some plum pudding, or maybe they're little candies hearts. I'm going to put it down lightly-ish to start with. It's quite an intense colour. I might just do it darker on one side than the other. Like that. I'm not sure why, just think it might look fun. A bit lighter, maybe on that edge. Make this one darker on this side, light towards there. There we go. Now the dots, we've got the icing. I'm thinking I'm going to do the icing in purple, and then I'll think about those dots after. That's my thought. So we have this amethyst. Ooh, there you go. It's really blunt. I'm just going to give it a sharpen and show you, because our icing is in these sorts of I don't know what to call them, little sections. So it's going to be darker here where it's overlapping. We'll have some shadow in there, and then we'll just lighten it up towards the top there. Trying to get a fairly smooth transition. It's not that easy. There we go. And again here, darker in this space, and then lighter up towards the top. And same here. You can always white out the black lines if you want to make it even more defined, but I think it's fine with them there. I find this paper isn't very forgiving if you don't make it neat, so I'm having to sort of layer up a little bit to cover up my bad colouring. You might not have to do that on your paper. Oops, you might not have to do that if you're, anyway, because your colouring might be better. Anyway, it's fine. And then down here, now these little circles I'm thinking about while I'm colouring this, wondering what colour to do them. We do have a lighter pink, which I might use. I quite like the sort of pinky purpley theme going on with our sort of cake. We could do them red. Now this one looks to me like it's above everything. I think it's on top of there, and it's definitely on top of there. I'm going to think about that in a minute. I'm just going to do this one underneath first. And this one will sort of fade towards the right, my right. Is that your right as well? I don't know. I don't know. I was doing my yoga the other day and she was talking right and left. And then she turned round on her mat to show it from the other side. I got so confused. I think I did exercise the same side twice because I was just confused. I'm not very good at knowing my right and left. I can now. I've got a pencil in my right hand, so that makes it easy. But I struggle, and when you're trying to breathe, move, balance, what I'm going to do with this is do it a little bit lighter because it's on top, it's sort of in front, but anyway, it's quite fun trying to concentrate. I think it's good for my mind doing the yoga, trying to concentrate. Okay, I'm going to make all the edges a little bit darker than the centre. I'm just going to layer over them just a little bit. But yeah, the yoga is fun. I did one, my husband was home yesterday, we did a breathing exercise together, trying to encourage him to do a little bit because I think it will help strengthen his back, improve his core strength and his balance, and also help his mental health, the sort of relaxation side of it. Now I'm also thinking of cupcake case colours, but I'm going to grab the cyanide pink, which is my other pink, give it a sharpen. I'm going to do these little circular balls first, and then I'll think about the cupcake case. I think my sharpener's getting a bit blunt. But anyway, here we are, cyanide pink. Is cyanide pink? I don't know. Now I'm going to try to do darker around the edge and less in the middle to make them look a bit shiny, but I don't know if it's really going to show up very well on this in this small space. And do my best. That's all I can do. I was tempted to do the cupcake case this colour, but I think that won't do. I'm wondering whether to do it striped, because to me, I'm just going to give this page a brush. Oh, sorry, it's a bit noisy. To me, this doesn't, often with a cupcake case, this piece is pushed inwards a bit, you know, but because of the shape of the top, it's not like that. To me, it looks like that's flat, so I think these are stripes. So I'm going to colour them in blue stripes. Blue, green, green, blue, blue, blue. Forget me not. So I'm going to do every other one in this blue. I'm not doing it green and blue. And then I'm going to do the other stripe in the darker blue. This is really blunt. My sharpener is so full. Need to empty it, or else I'm going to end up breaking my pencils. I'm just doing them quite even at the moment, and then I'm going to think about whether they need some shading when I've done the other ones as well. So just pop that down. I'm going to use the Starry Night for the other blue, and then I'm going to have a think. I'm going to, as I say, try and do it fairly even. It's not always that easy. Do my best. Oh, out of the line she goes. Now, I must remember to sharpen my pencil between videos. Okay, I think that's quite uneven. I'm going to make them darker at the bottom than the top to make it look like there's some shadow at the bottom of the cupcake. I think that'll make sense. So I'm going to go down harder here. More layers. And lighter as I go up towards the top, like that. And on this layer I'm also going to try and tidy up my colouring a bit. Particularly on this darker colour, it looks quite messy. But yours might look perfectly fine, you might not need to worry. Yeah, I think that works. And then back to our forget-me-not, doing the same thing. So it's a very pretty colour, this, particularly when it's intense down there. And then just less as we go up to the top. And then our last one. There we go. Now, there are a few little things I just want to do at the end. I want to use my grey, the spider web, just to make a little bit of shadow under the cupcake case. Like that. I'm just going to fade it out a little bit. Really, it just stops it looking like it's sort of floating in the air. just a little tiny detail. And I'm going to use the black to do the tiniest bit of shadow under here. Press really lightly. It's quite a dark colour. But just put a little shadow, you don't have to do that. You can re-emphasise the lines going down there. I was just going to do, but I don't think I will. I think I'll leave it. I'm going to grab a white though, the Gellyroll, and just put a few bits of white in a few places. So I want a little bit of shine on the top of my chocolate, a little bit on some of the larger balls. There we go. And I think that's enough. Oh, my pencils are going everywhere. I'm not going to do it on the cupcake case because that would be paper. And the purple icing, I'm just going to leave. Now you may have noticed that the pink here, the plum purple, the white's gone pink. It's the pink colour bleeds through into white. I do have a bleed proof white ink, but it's dried up. Unfortunately, it's in a screw top jar, and I didn't screw the lid on very tightly because it used to set and the lid would stick. Unfortunately, it was really, really loose. The air got in and it hardened. So my husband reckons he can add some water and loosen it. So I'm leaving that to him to do. So we'll see. But at the moment it's out of action. So we've got a bit of a pink shine there instead of white. But hey, that's the nature of some pencils do that. Right, that's me for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a really lovely day and happy colouring.